Ciao guys! So, as for every time, can you hear me? Both me and the sound of the game? I hope everything is good. There's no any the soundtrack for now, but can you hear the footsteps? I hope. Alright. Thanks for the feedback. Ciao amici, really thanks for your time for being here. So, we're keeping to explore their Seto mansion. And for this part, I think it's the good time for talk also about its reboot, because we reach a part of the narrative of the story which is totally different from the reboot, because again, the Alone in the Dark, which came out oh my last year, yeah, in 2094, yeah, it's a reboot. It isn't a remake at all, despite it takes place in the same location, there are the same characters, but the story and also the gameplay is pretty different. So I really can't call it a remake, but a reboot slash reimagination. So, okay, we're gonna to keep to explore the set. And the last time we reached here, the part of the cursed squares. And there's A good curiosity about them. This painting in particular is what can I say? It's literally a spoiler of the ending, but if you love survival horror, you definitely already know that. But if you don't, well, you can't figure out so much. It's just a tree. So, nothing else to say. But I really love these tiny details in the game because you arrive here and then you watch this painting and then okay, it's a tree, nothing else, keep going. But then when you reach the climax of the game you realize that, oh, but that's a square. Yeah, I love this connection through the game narrative and the gameplay. Fantastic. All right, guys, keep going. And of course, if you want to ask me something about also the reboot, I got the platinum, so I know the game very well. If you have some questions about it, of course, tell me and I'm here. Ciao, thanks for being here. There isn't a wrong time to start to play Alone in the Dark, so don't worry. Even if I really can't recommend the first Alone in the Dark, this one from 1992, because for the casual gamer, because it's very difficult for the root of the survivor horror, and of course because it's a retro game and this kind of gameplays are very tough to handle. So, unless you totally love the trilogy of Resident Evil, especially the first one, so yeah, you can totally enjoy Alone in the Dark from 92. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember very well that you love Resident Evil Gaiden. So no, there isn't there isn't any problem. Yeah, maybe one day we're gonna to talk also about Resident Evil Gaiden because I think it's literally a little gem despite it's not canon, and you know that I'm totally focused to the canon of Resident Evil series, but Resident Evil Gaiden is a enjoyable expression. All right, open search, you find a key. All right, just look at this fixed camera angles. Fantastic. This part of the bed, the window, ah, fantastic. The sofa, that I think you can move that just for my curiosity. No, no, you can't. But it's amazing in every way. Because I thought it was made with the polygons, something like the clock, but it doesn't matter. It's great. Okay, now no fight. No, 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 no. Okay. Now we have non-olive. Oh my, with all the items I left here. you have very freedom to explore their situation, just like the first Resident Evil. So you can search for some rooms, some puzzles in the order that you wish. So for now, I think it's better. We have this scheme and this book. Mm, 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 mm. I think it's better to go this way first and then go to the library later. All right. It's better that we save here because if you get too near to the armor, then it takes life. It starts to move and it's pretty difficult to handle because it's invisible. And the only way to take it off is to throw the heavy statue. A very heavy statue, not heavy, a very heavy statue. Throw it. Wow. L'ha proprio sentito il colpo, bellissimo. Yeah, guys, I love this. These sounds are so great. Okay, we get a sword that is very powerful against the enemies and also about the next boss we're gonna to face. Hi James, thanks for being here. Really guys, I appreciate so much your time. Alright, so I think we have this space for the megaphone? Gramophone, okay, gramophone. Sorry guys, you know that my English sucks. But before to go there, we need to take the right disc. It's beautiful, there's to mention. Yeah, really beautiful. Okay, we got this way. A huge advice for the ones who want to play the first Alone in the Dark. Really, guys, this is the only big defect of this game. Because if you reach this room and then you lock the secret passage that you do with the broken saber, I think. Saber is right. Saber, yeah. And then the blade. The blade. Where is the blade? Here. Okay, if you reach this part and decide to go down the stairs, then you'll break your save. You can't keep going because you need some items before reaching the last part of the game. And unfortunately, this part, right for its freedom, for the freedom the game gives to the player for the first time can't know which items need to go further. So really guys, you need to explore all the set, all the rooms and get all the items before go down to these stairs. Remember that because you break yourself. And yeah, this is the very huge defect of Alone in the Dark, because it's the only mistake about the level design, I can call it like this way, because again, you're able to explore the situation as you like Spencer mentioned. And for give you an example in Resident Evil terms, it's it's like if you don't explore whole Spencer Mansion, then when you reach the fountain, the um, the um, the caves blocks your passage, and you can't go back to the Spencer Mansion. That there's a key item that you didn't find, and then you can't go forward to the laboratory. This is a kind of example in Resident Evil terms. Okay, now we have one of the hardest battle I I ever done in my gamer's life, really. We save. So sorry for the several attempts I'm gonna to make it, because these battles have two finals. Or you're gonna to face the enemies without any problems, or he totally kills you. So let's begin. One hit. No, this one, no. It's more complicated than you think, because you need to have some technical with the blade. You can't spam it. Come on, die already. See, I made it without being hit. Great, because I really want to save my health. Wow, I made it. Wow. Let's save. This is the first time I'm doing a good job during the live. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, about the boss we faced just before. It's a very important figure of the whole Alone in the Dark narrative, and I'm gonna to explain you that later, because I want to show you that in the files, especially the ones, the one about its true identity that you find later in the game. But remember this figure, which will be very important for the narrative. Remember that Alone in the Dark, unlike for Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, other survival horror games, it's based to Lovecraft books, and it takes all the lore, all the atmosphere by this author. These, for example, are the ghosts of their situation. And of course, their settlement has own lore about it. But again, it's linked to the character we faced before, so it's better that we talk about him later. They are an offense, but if you try to hit them or you get too much closer to them, then they start to attack you and they totally gives you so much damage. So for reach the key above the oh my camino, sorry guys, I don't remember the fireplace. Yeah, I I can call it like that. For the reach the fireplace, we need that them move on. So for that, they need to hear music that it's good for them. And this is the best. The dance of death, of course. We still need to be careful to not touch them. No, 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 no. Okay, I touched them. It's the end. But we can leave. I hope they leave me alone. No, I don't think. No, they keep it to. I didn't remember that. I just want to give it a try. That's even on the stairs. I love when a game that I love, I discover more of them in my new playthrough. No, it keeps to be there. So sorry guys, I needed to reload the save file. Oh my, it was the second one? No, totally no. Sorry guys, I really don't want to waste your time. I'm very glad that you're here. I hope you enjoying the game. Because yeah, Alone in the Dark is a must for every single survival horror fan. But of course, right for its time, it's from 1982. It's very difficult to play that. So, this is our second try. And what I've done. Okay. Let's save here. No, 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 no. I don't know how I... No, 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 no! Why I opened the door? Again, guys, sorry. I made it! Okay. Ah, I'm so glad. I love Resident Evil since I was 4, and so I'm pretty good with the tank controls. We can save. We need to save. We must save. Okay. Alright. Then we have the key. Alright, we can keep the game through the library. But there's a problem. Why am I keeping to listen to the music? Oh my. Don't tell me it's a bug, because I saved while Distance is playing. Mm. Really, guys, I don't know what to tell you. But there's a way to make it stop, maybe. No, it's a bug. Oh my, this is a problem. Sorry guys, I really didn't know about that. Save 3. Oh my, I'm so glad that I'm really, guys, remember this. Just keep to save in different files. Don't ever cancel or resave in the same file. Don't do that in any case, because this detective can save your whole play. Oh, meno male. It was the third one, right? I needed to be sure. Yeah, it's the third one. Really, guys, I don't know how to say. I'm sorry that you needed to watch this part again. But yeah, you can't save when the music is playing. Otherwise, you'll have that glitch. So it's better save now. In the second, for example. Thanks for your patience, amici. Really. And thanks, Roberto, to talking in Italian. It's perfect, really. It's a perfect Italian. But I hope you managed to bear my awful English. No. I need to be faster. Guys, I'm so sorry that you got really a boring time, but I really didn't figure out before. This has never happened to me. Go, 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 go there, there. Phew. While the music keeps to play, this music will haunt in my nightmares. Maybe it needs to be played the whole and then it stops. It's pretty strange. I don't remember this detail, but okay. Just make me remember the second file that I don't. I mustn't um, rewritten in a few words. I'm just waiting for the music, but I don't know. Maybe it's a bug for the 3D version? I really don't know. Oh, it's all disappears. So I hope it stops. I really, guys, I don't know what happened because this never happened to me before. So let's keep our play and let's hope. Not this way, the other hole. Oh, it's better, baby. Get this before. Because I remember there's a new soundtrack. Where's the key? Here. Let's see. Let's hear. Ah, my theory was good for that. I'm so glad. This is because I am a gamer since I'm able to remember, so yeah. I'm used to take note about the glitch, the bug. It's better that we save. Not the second, so the first. Okay. Emily, come on. No. Proper, no. None in this angulation. Maybe this one? I don't trust it. All right. We did a move that will be very helpful for the next part of game, trust me. But I can show you something of cool, but of course it's better to save before. If you're so curious, then you go there to this hole. It isn't really a good place. Yeah, one hit, one kill. I really want to show you that. And also, this scene. This hole is a scene of game over. And it's totally connected to the narrative of the game. You see the zombie. This is Emily's body, and then it takes her there to the altar. The end. Fantastic. It's a kind of a bad ending. Every time you die, it's a kind of a bad ending. Really great. Love these curiosities. It's not just a game over because, oh my, you got too much damage and then stop. No, there's a whole cutscene about the narrative. Yeah, this is the cool things I really love for to be a gamer. Okay, guys, let's keep on. That I really waste your time a little too much. Più bello se adesso si sente la musichetta nella villa. Ti immagini? Sorry guys, I'm thinking a little. No, okay. I'm so glad that the music stops also here. But it would be so much fun that disc keeps to play once you return here. I'm stupid. I'm aware of that. Okay, now let's keep going. And sorry for my Italian that sometimes just appears. But that's my problem. I think first in Italian and then in English, and that's the huge problem of mine. Okay, we can read some file we got because we're gonna to read the other ones because the next location it's right in the library. We have why? Mm, I really don't care. So throw it. I love this animation. She puts all her all her will to do that. Great.
The Tale of Captain J.W. Norton of the Army of the Union.
June 17th, 1862. The South was in collapse. Louisiana was open to us. I had each day to requisition victuals for our troops, and was aided in this endeavor by a score of brave men. Rebels were not yet ready to lay down their arms. The region was far from safe. I headed further and further west, and questioned many freed slaves. From them, I learned of a plantation on the coast. Its name was Derceto. We received a less than hearty welcome. Only Pickford, the owner, behaved in a friendly manner. While my men counted cattle and grain reserves, I learned what I could from him. Man was most unusual and possessed an extraordinarily cultured mind. At nightfall, I gave orders for the men to bivouac at Derceto. Pickford invited my second in command, Lieutenant Patterson, and myself to dine. The evening was splendid, and our host proved a most entertaining conversationalist. While coffee was being served, Patterson went to inspect the men's camp. The cigar Pickford offered me was so acrid that my head began to spin. I remembered campfire tales of fellow officers trapped by devilish Confederate tricks. My mind floated in a foul and dense fog, from which emerged the enlarged and deformed face of Pickford. He grinned at me.
Yeah, the cool things about the files in Alone in the Dark and that they are all mm, its authors always narrative the always tell the files, and it's really great because you really get to know the characters behavior also about the voice when they were fear about something, they exited about something. It's really amazing. It's a pity that other files other games haven't this kind of feature for their files.
Patterson's return chased off the nightmare. I heard shouts and firing from outside and found the strength to take out my revolver. I fired 3 shots. Pickford fell to the floor. Patterson then helped me out of the burning house. The air was filled with smoke. We resembled a company in disorderly retreat. I saw slaves leaping into the flames of that inferno. They were trying to save Pickford's life.
My childish voice, really? Thank you, but I don't think it's a good thing. Okay, now we can go in the library, but it's totally in the dark. Yeah, it's not for a recall of the title. It's really in the dark, and so we need the lantern. Let's go quickly because there's invincible enemies here that we can defeat with a knife we're gonna to take. It's better, but um, we no, we need to drop here. It's better for that. Okay, drop. Go quickly, Emily. No. Oh my eye. No. I needed to be faster. Yeah, again, I really want to preserve my health because in this game there's only mm, there are only 3 items that restore your health, and I got them already. So I'm afraid I can't finish the game with this low energy. I'm about 38 points of life point if am I correct? Yeah, 38. So it's pretty good, but I needed to save this life point for whole game. So I really try to go up to do a good play. Mm, mm, no, it was. Oh my. No, no, no. Okay, okay, okay. On the stairs. There are several areas in this game that it's totally in the dark. Not just for the name, of course, Alone in the Dark, but because it's the original project that was just in the dark, and the game was about the Carter that keeps a lantern, and you need to explore the different location just with this lantern and the sound of the game. That's it. And of course, it was a really oh my, it was very complicated to make this in the with the technologies from first 90s. Okay, let's save here. Oh, beautiful paintings. I love fixed camera and angles. Okay. Yeah, the atmosphere is literally perfect for its own area. For the era it took place, for the real timeline of hours that was 92, really it was amazing. Alone in the Dark is a masterpiece. And thanks right to Alone in the Dark, we have Resident Evil. We need to remember that. Again, I got confused every single time. Okay. And here's one of the coolest part of the game. The talisman is present for the reboot 2 as collectible items. I really appreciated these little things. And yeah, about the reboot, maybe we're gonna to talk it about it in the next live, because I remember there's some person that asked me to talk about their reboot, and so yeah, we can do that in the next live if there's some request about it. There's so many items here. But that's the part I really love about Alone in the Dark, because again, guys, you know how much I'm totally obsessive about the narrative, which influences the gameplay of a title. So let's save. And just look at here that you need to be careful of what you read in Alone in the Dark, because you, of course, already guessed that's all about the black magic, the horrible, evil rituals. So you really need to pay attention to what explore, to what you read. Otherwise,
Ludwig Prien. De vermi in nomine invocatoris si non sanctificatus es cave. De vermis mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum innominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et
that's a spell of the sacrifice. So that's what happened to Emily, if you read that. I love this game so much. Yeah, this kind of detail, this kind of game over are the best. The ones which are influenced about the narrative. It's great. It isn't a trap like mm, so many other horror games, but this is about literally the narrative that you want to read all files, all the things that you find, but you need to be careful because we reached a study which was hidden. So some of them were so. It's of course there are some dangerous stuff. And a little thing to say: if you put Emily here in this square, you're protected by all the spells. So this is the only point that you're able to read all the spells and nothing happens. For example, if I try to go in a right way, because just a pixel and then it isn't counted as a best place. So let's try it again. Yeah, we know that. You see, we're safe. So yeah, I really love this kind of details. Nothing important, there's a school. It isn't important, really, Emily? Okay. But we get it. This, which we're able to kill some spells, some monsters from spells, like this one in the library. It's better to save. Okay. Dove sei? Avanti, so che sei qui. Vieni. And so we defeat it. And that's the only way to do that. Let's take the lantern. Where is the lantern? It was there. Come on, don't. Where is the lantern? I put it there. Don't make some bad jokes. Where's my lantern? But are you kidding me? Where's my lantern? And maybe you can say, but the lantern isn't useful anymore. No, no, no. It's a core item for whole the game till the very ending. But I put it there. Here, it was here. Where's the lantern? Oh my, it's great how this live is literally curious about this kind of stuff. Really. I really didn't know that the 3D version was so cursed. Io, io non ho parole. Sembra fatta apposta. Ciao Isabella, ma figurati, ma stai scherzando? Veramente? Guarda, anzi. Oh my, so much oil wasted. Guarda, Isabella, è meglio perché è andata non male questa live di più. Non so per quale motivo. Non so per quale motivo ci sono venuti alcuni bug allucinanti e guarda, quindi è meglio. Ma veramente grazie mille per essere apprezzata, per essere passato, lo apprezzo davvero. Ci sentiamo allora. Buonanotte. Okay, guys, so somehow we managed to complete this selection, and yeah, it was a nightmare. Really? I hope the oil 64, I hope it's good enough for the whole ending part. I really wish that. So it's better than we can do the save file. Okay, but it's better that we keep one save of just in case. Maybe this one. I really need to have save a safe save. Okay. All right, guys. It's not a problem. I'm gonna to do that part a little faster for save some oil, because literally the lantern is the core item of a whole Alone in the Dark. So it's not a problem. I'm gonna to do that in the first one, because really you're gonna to see how much is important the lantern. So I'm not over exaggerated. All right, guys, really, thanks for your time. Despite everything this time, yeah, everything, because most of times my live, even if they suck about the quality, but I haven't any bug, even any glitch. But for this play, it was a mess. I really have no idea the next one how it will be, because yeah, the next part, Alone in the Dark, in my personal opinion, loses some kind of its own charm, because it uh, it focuses on the platform aspect of the game, and you need to think about it, because in the first 19 the platform genre was one of the really main one. So Alone in the Dark, despite its game adventure, um, it's in for the last part also a platform for a few things. It's not the core, of course, but they are so awful in my opinion. Yeah, I think I'm one of the very few gamers in all era that don't like the platform. I really can't enjoy them. Sorry, it's about my own taste. But yeah, I remember that my father tried to make me play Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or also Super Mario, but no. Uh, every time he put this kind of games, I told him, Papa, no, I want to play Resident Evil. Every time it was like that, or Tekken, Parasite Eve, Dino Crisis, and so on. So sorry for that you never see any platform game in my lives. But okay, guys, I really want to thank you again for bear me in everything about my awful English, my childish voice, the way that the game bugs, and don't know why. But yeah, I think it's a problem with the 3D version because the one I played for the first time, that was the Steam one. I hadn't any glitches. So okay, and this is the end of the third part of Alone in the Dark. Thanks again. I wish you a good evening, good night, good afternoon for about your zone time. And I hope to see you for the next time. I really appreciate it, your time, really, guys. Thank you. Grazie. Ciao.